when it comes, you know, as a time traveler, sometimes you have to deal with the heat. And lately it's been hot, so I have not been really wearing the jacket. Guys, even though, can control the weather, the temperature in our, like, TARDISes and all that, it's still a bit too hot. But, that's not really what we're trying to say, what the topic is, because today we're asking the question, why did actor Christopher Ecceleston, why did he leave the show after only one season?
Told Mickey to chuck that out. They're the same. Give a man a plastic hand. Anyway, I don't even know your name. Doctor, what was it?
Let's try to answer the question. But before we do that, we do have to answer one question. We are? For you. If you didn't remember, Christopher Ecceleston starred as the Ninth Doctor in Series 1 when the show came back for the revival of the show.
What happened?
There was a war and we lost.
A war with who? What about your people?
I'm a Time Lord. I'm the last of the Time Lords.
And usually when it comes to the show, you'd expect, like, say, oh, new actors to the show. Maybe he's going to be here for multiple seasons. Well, Chris, he actually wasn't. Because, he ended up regenerating after only one season. And you have to ask the question, why is that? Well, one of the claims that he gave was that he wanted to avoid being typecasted as just the actor who played, the Doctor. But then again, like, when you think about it, David Tennant, he's one of the actors that's known to be playing the Doctor. He's also known as playing Scrooge McDuck.
Short-sighted old buzzard. There's no reward without a little risk. Bradford doesn't know how things work.
I'm still on the phone.
I don't know how it works. Someone shut this blasted thing off.
Spring break!
Spring break. Boo. Ugh, you could not have found an itchier fabric. I think you mean, wow, Uncle Scrooge, thank you for the very practical gift. What do you want? A cell phone you don't need? A trampoline?
And a lot of other characters, but I don't really see him, being upset about it. However, this isn't the case, and that he didn't, but he said that he could not get along with the senior people. I'm guessing that means he couldn't get along with the writers, or maybe the showrunners. Basically, he said he left because of politics, and that he didn't like the culture that had grown up around the series. Maybe it's because, like, say, there are certain amount of people that say this is his first time being the character, and he probably wanted to make the character his own.
That's the one with the light on. 2 bedrooms, bayside view. I was rather content. I suppose I'll see it again.
Suppose not.
And then folks were probably saying, no, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. You can be goofy, you can have a certain, thing that you can be a little bit silly based on, like, your acting and all that. But, like, this is how the story's gonna be. This is how the story dictates it, perhaps. And it basically say he left over principle. And so basically, if you want to, like, say, well, did Eccleston ever come back to play the character? Because a lot of actors, when it came to, like, after leaving the show, a lot of actors have come back at times to say, hey, I'll be in this little thing, I'll be in this little short, I'll be in this little, like, anniversary. He has not.
He did it! That man there!
I think you'll find the Prime Minister is an alien in disguise. That's never gonna work, is it?
No.
Fair enough.
He didn't even go back for the 50th anniversary special. He basically said, I have no interest in, like, reuniting with. He also made it very clear he had zero interest in reuniting with showrunner Russell T Davies. But I will say this, that even though, he wasn't interested in coming back to the show, I'll say that I'm thankful that he had the opportunity to play the Doctor in a way to say, hey, David, it's all yours, buddy. But then again, he wasn't the one who picked David, didn't it?
Not, I'll give you a very good reason why not, because this is my coach.
Well, get in then.
What did he say? Let me say this first. I'm not without a sense of humour. Dickens. Yes.
Charles Dickens.
Yes.
At the same time, I'm glad that we got to see his portrayal as the character. Plus, I'm gonna say maybe he didn't really like the other actors. Maybe he didn't I don't know. I mean, a lot of actors would just leave a role based on their own little perspectives of how they deem their surroundings and all that. But I'm glad we can see him in the show. But that's just how I feel about it. See you next time.